A big beautiful world called planet Earth. Now, before I get into today's vlog, I want to say I know it's been 2 years since this movie that I'm going to tell you the plot of and give you my honest opinion on the movie. And the movie's called Licorice Pizza. I haven't seen it yet, but last night I did watch it completely all the way through, and I'll talk about how good and what I thought of it and all that stuff later. Before I read the plot to you, I do want to say the next movie I want to watch, which could be a good film, is The Worst Person in the World. It was released, hang on, let me just check. It was released last year, and I'm going to watch it on iTunes and or Apple, whatever you want to call it. And that's where I watched Licorice Pizza. So there's a bunch of films that I'm going to start watching on iTunes and Netflix, or not Netflix, but on iTunes and or Apple, whatever you call it. So let's get into this. So in 1973, San Fernando Valley, 15-year-old actor Gary Valentine meets Alana Kane, a 25-year-old photography assistant at his school picture day. She is off-put by his invitation dinner that evening, but shows up anyway. When Gary's mother, Anita, cannot chaperone him on a press tour performance in New York City, he invites Alana to do it. Alana begins dating his co-star Lance, making Gary jealous, but they break up after Lance says he is an atheist during a Shabbat dinner with her Jewish family. Gary begins selling waterbeds after coming across one at a wig shop and reconnects with Alana at a teenage trade expo. While at the expo, Gary is mistaken for a murder suspect and suddenly arrested, and Alana runs after him to the police station. He is soon released with the mix-up is sorted out. She joins his waterbed business, acting seductively on the phone to land a potential customer. After introducing Alana to his talent agent, Gary is upset that she is open to nudity but refuses to show him her breasts. Alana impulsively does so, but slaps him when he tries to touch them. They open a Fat Bernie's storefront for their waterbeds, and Alana is hurt when Gary flirts with his classmate Sue, and later makes out with Sue in the back room. A jealous Alana peeks in on them before kissing a random guy on the street and storming off. Gary's agent secures Alana an audition for a film starring veteran actor Jack Holden, who brings her to Tale of the Cock restaurant, where Gary and his friends are also dining. An inebriated Alana makes Gary jealous, and Holden's friend, film director Rex Blau, convinces him to recreate one of his motorcycle stunts on a nearby golf course, bringing the entire restaurant along. Alana topples off the bike as Holden jumps over a flaming sand trap, and Gary runs to her side. Reconciled, they walk to the waterbed store where Gary stops himself from touching her sleeping Alana's breast. The 1973 oil crisis sweeps the country, forcing the waterbed manufacturer to close. Alana, Gary, and his friends make one final delivery to the house of John Peters, leaving to meet his girlfriend, Barbara Streisand. Peters humiliates Gary, threatening to strangle his brother if Gary damages the house. Setting up the waterbed, Gary initially leaves the hose running while filling the waterbed in the master bedroom with Alana's approval. They drive away but are waved down by an agitated Peters whose car was running out of gas. Driving him home to retrieve a gas canister, they take him to a crowded gas station but leave him behind after he violently commandeers a gas pump. Gary stops to smash Peters' car, but then they run out of gas as well. Alana maneuvers the truck backwards down a long hill to a gas station, impressing Gary but causing Alana to question her recent decisions. Inspired by a campaign poster, Alana reaches out to her old classmate Brian, who brings her on as a volunteer staffer for Joe Walks, a city councilman running in the 1973 Los Angeles mayoral election. Gary briefly joins her, but overhears that pinball will soon be legalized in the valley, and decides to open an arcade, leading to an argument with Alana. They lash out at each other after their difference in age and their fraught relationship. Alana tries to make peace, but Gary drives off. Later, Gary prepares for the opening night of his arcade, remodeling his storefront into Fat Bernie's Pinball Palace. The same night, Alana nearly shares a kiss with Brian, who is invited to join Wax at a restaurant. She arrives to meet Wax and his partner Matthew, realizing that Wax is secretly gay and that she is being asked to pose as Matthew's girlfriend to save Wax from political embarrassment. Alana walks a deeply hurt Matthew home, and they commiserate over the men in their lives. She goes to the arcade to find Gary, who has left to look for her at Wax's office, with her sister's encouragement. Alana and Gary eventually run into each other's arms and return to the arcade, where Gary announces she will be his wife. Sharing a kiss, they run into the night, and Alana tells Gary that she loves him. That's the whole movie and what it's about. Now I'm going to give my humble opinion. And my opinion on this film is that it's a very good love story. I mean, a very good romantic story that takes 2 hours and, 14 minutes to get to the point in the movie where, they announce their love for each other, they're going to get married and all that stuff, and it is, I mean, the music was there, the romance story was there, the Haim sisters, however you want to say it, and their parents are in this film, and it's just the character development was there, the story was there, the music was there, all of that was a huge part of this movie and what made it so great for me, even though I haven't seen it until now. When it was released in 2021, I really wanted to go and see it, but never got the chance to. Now that it's 2 years later and I've seen it, I love it. I think it's great. It's an amazing story, even though like I said, he's 10, he's 10 years younger than her, according to the plot of the thing. Like, he's 15 and she's 25. That's a 10-year age gap. And he's a minor, technically, and she's an adult. So I don't know how that whole relationship worked, or if they were just saying false ages. I don't really know. Anyways, so my grade for this film was an A minus to a B plus. There may have been it could have been a little bit better. Like, maybe they could have shown the wedding, or talked a little bit more about the huge age difference that's between the two, or something along those lines. Anyways, we had a couple birthdays to wish, and then I'm going to go watch another movie, and then see where today takes me. And then we got the Royal Rumble tonight. I'm going to be watching that all night. Well, not all night, but as close to all night as possible. And hopefully we have some good surprises in the men's Royal Rumble match, as well as the women's Royal Rumble match, and all the other matches that have nothing to do with that, like the championship matches, the Raw Women's Championship, the Universal Championship, and a few other matches that are supposed to be taking place tonight. Anyways, so let's get into it. So I would like to wish Gabby Westbrook Patrick a happy birthday, Emma Horvath a happy birthday, and Andre Iguodala a happy birthday today. Now we have 3, potentially 4 birthdays. No, there's a couple birthdays tomorrow on YouTube that I'm going to be wishing. And then there's 5 on the 30th, and there's, I believe, 3 on the 31st. I have to double check that. Anyways, we're getting down to the end of the month. Today is the 28th day of January. We only have the 29th, the 30th, and 31st, and that's it. That's all that's left of January. So I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. Stay happy, stay upbeat, do what you want to do with your lives, whatever that may be. Go find your love story. Go watch as many movies as you can, or whatever you want to do with life. Anyways, bye-bye.